I'm here with Jake Cook. He's an adjunct professor at Harvard University, continuing education division, correct?
And Harvard Business School,
And
yeah.
Harvard Business School, and also the CEO of Tadpole, which is a marketing software company. So Jake, thank you so much. We just finished 2 days of the program, AI marketing. Tell me how you got involved with this program and what went into kind of building this out.
So this kind of an extension of my MBA class, which is a digital marketing and AI workshop. So kind of a hands-on practical type of class. And one thing I noticed, we did a conference with some folks last year, kind of Fortune 500, and a lot of them were really dying for kind of hands-on keys experience. Like we hear about AI, we talk about AI, what it's going to do in digital marketing, but like what does that actually mean when you put hands-on keys and create like a photo asset?
Right.
Or how do I basically do deep learning to look at my competitors or whatnot like that? So that was kind of the idea of making something just for executives, was kind of in a workshop style format.
Yeah, so I found, there were a lot of topics that obviously in my world as an agency owner, we talk about every day. And it was nice to explore those on a deeper level. So, how did you build things out to like understand what the kind of the target audience of this would get out of it and what they wanted?
I try and plan my classes down to like 5-minute chunks, and it's been months to plan it that tight. One thing I wanted to make sure is that, how do we unlock kind of the lead domino with AI? And a lot of times it sounds kind of trite anymore, but it really kind of comes down to basic prompting. So how do we learn to kind of work with these models and focus them? Because they kind of run on probabilities at the end of the day. And if we give it a big, broad, open-ended question, it'll give you a kind of big, broad, open-ended responses. So the moment we can kind of converge that down with context,
right?
Whether it's data or prompting or combination thereof. So as I just start there, and then we can apply it to all sorts of use cases within marketing.
Right.
Well.
Okay. And what would you say was your favorite part of the last couple of days?
Oh, I think y'all are so much fun to work with. I mean, it's great people, great questions, great debates. I think the 2 cases we looked at around AI adoption, hallucinations, cultural challenges, all those were really fun to watch the room kind of come alive on. And then my favorite part, I think, was today when we ended with some basic vibe coding, if you will, or the ability where everybody in 20 minutes was building a web app for something to solve some sort of friction point to have in their day-to-day in marketing.
Yeah, I think for me, I really enjoyed the data versus strategy debate.
Yes.
I thought that was quite relevant.
So really quick, for those who don't know, data strategy, what did that mean to you?
Yeah, so I think what it meant, we look at them, I think, kind of in parallel, which I think is good because you need both data and strategy in any campaigns that you're doing. But I think what I learned out of this last couple of days was, it's good to have one source of truth and to like use data to like build the strategy versus sometimes going in with, hey, this is how we want it. Typically, like the C-level will say, okay, this is the strategy, let's go, without actually looking at the figures first. And I think, if I'm being honest, in my company, like we're often looking at, the campaign data when we take on a client because the history, like the future is predicted by the history as well. So
yes.
I think it's important to capture that. But also it's too often easy for people to say like, to live and die by the strategy, which is sometimes the ego talking.
Yes.
Rather than looking at the numbers and understanding the audience.
Yeah. And kind of the chicken and the egg, right? We can't form a strategy with the data, but we can't really, get the data on kind of strategy. So there's this kind of interesting tension that exists between those two as well.
Right. Good. And then tell me a little bit about Tadpole.
Yeah. So Tadpole, we bootstrapped it out of our basement
mm-hmm.
and kind of solving this problem around different data sets that need to be unified. So we have customer data, campaign data, and then, especially in commerce, catalog data.
Right.
What's in stock? Do we have good margins? And how do we kind of merge all those together?
Right.
So our vision's really been kind of helping companies and brands get their hands around that and then really amplify it.
Yeah.
And get the compounding growing.
Okay, good. And I guess where can everyone learn about you if they want to get in touch with you?
LinkedIn's great. I'm just, on LinkedIn at Jake or Jacob Cook. So
I'll tag you in the post.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, so you can all on there, and I try and put some stuff out there as well. And then I have a website, kind of an educational website called ondigitalmarketing.com.
Okay, cool.
Where I post a lot, basically everything I've basically built, like kind of open source, textbook and stuff like that.
Well, thank you so much, Jake. I really appreciate the last couple of days. Yeah. And check out Jake. He's a super intelligent guy, and we had great debate and great conversations. And sometimes as a digital marketer myself, you have these conversations, and you're kind of in the room wondering like, do people understand? Do they not understand? And what I loved about the course is that everyone was participating and everyone was asking questions, and it was really healthy. Fluid conversation, I think that's the biggest thing that I'm going to take away from this for
Well,
sure.
I learned just as much as you all in these times too. So it's super fun to watch how people are challenging things, different organizational challenges, where they are with their AI journey and their sophistication. So yeah, thank you. And it
Okay.
starts with people. You did such a great job contributing and participating. So thank you.
Thank you.